So if you click this video, you're trying to find the best kept secret to level up your photography. And today I want to talk about how you can achieve that. See, everybody's gonna be talking about how you might need the best gear out there and everything, and I've made videos about the gear that facilitate to create better content. But the reality is to be able to go ahead and level up your photography comes down to one of the major things that most people don't like to hear. It's going out to simply going and shooting more often. But let me go a little bit deeper than that. In reality, when it comes down to creating your craft and your art, you have to go ahead and find your own voice. It comes down to going out to simply take photos often and pretty much at any time of the day and hour, no matter the light, because it could be nice harsh light, it could be nice soft light, whatever the time it is, you just have to go out to create. Something that has helped me out to become better at my craft, where I can feel more confident into what I bring to the table, be more proud of my work, has been to simply show up. It's not the best gear that I have because I'm able to afford these now, but it's because I'm actually going out to use them to understand what I can do with them. The main thing will be always to know how to use the gear you have rather than simply just get the best out there. And I think this year is something that you're gonna see more creators go into in depth. It's gonna be talking about that there's been some stagnant kind of like growth in, photography and videography, like specs and cameras, that in reality, it all comes down to just going out to know your gear and use it as much as possible until you in reality need to upgrade. But just going out to shoot often and having those challenges for yourself to just go out and take photos is what's gonna make you level up your photography. For myself, I just love to go and take a camera, whether I set it up in a small form factor or if I bring up anything bigger of the sorts, like with my 35 to 150. I just go out to create, whether it's in my boring hometown or if it's during my travels. I just simply make the time to be able to go out and take photos. And what you can do when it comes down to showing up to be, out taking photos and being more consistent on that aspect is setting yourself up with some challenges that can help you create better photos. If you're always shooting the same type of content, you're not progressing, you're staying stagnant, and you're not growing your skills. To level up by going out to shoot often, it always helps to have a different perspective every time you show up to take the photos. For myself, I like to give myself challenges when I'm out creating. I wanna maybe go ahead and do more slow shutter photography because I wanna add more motion into my photos, go out with that purpose and have that mindset of doing those type of photos only, so that I'm able to just focus on that end to become better at it. Not always will I feel confident when I'm taking certain photos, but I try to go ahead and take the photos that will essentially push my boundaries to feel uncomfortable until I can build that comfort. Sometimes I even go ahead and challenge myself with just the simple fact of using one focal range despite having a zoom lens, or if I have a little bit of a prime lens that I can use, then I go ahead and just choose that. I've been doing that quite a bit lately, even with my videography, where I've used an anamorphic lens that is essentially just a prime lens, and I have to figure out the composition and the lighting to work better with the lens to get better at my storytelling, whether it's the video or photo. And that tends to help out quite a bit whenever you're doing it for your photography as well, because challenges make you think about how to overcome them. So if you're having to limit yourself by challenging yourself, then you're able to overcome it by getting better at your composition, your framing, your movement, to be able to accommodate to that. And of course, just making the time to do those challenges when you go out or just going out to create is going to be the most important thing, regardless of your occupation. Everybody will always say, well, I don't have time for this. You're lucky that you're able to go out and create, or I wish I had your life to be able to do that, and or your job. And in reality, it all comes down to one thing: prioritizing. If you're not prioritizing your time to go out and be, your creative self, despite that your job might not be a creative, outlet itself, then you're letting it consume you. You want to be able to just go ahead and take your photos, whether it's on your walking commute, your driving commute, and where you can stop and take some photos, where you plan accordingly for everything, but just prioritizing your time to make it happen. My actual job with my tennis academy, for my business side of things, of my my media department, because I have two different, businesses, is not a creative outlet. But I still make sure that I take some photos for my tennis academy because it's going to be for my marketing side of my business. And in reality, I could choose not to do it, but I don't let that consume me. I make sure that I go ahead and bring a camera with me, whether it's to test it out while I'm out at the tennis academy, taking photos of the kids while they're doing, playing matches or anything to capture some movement or something like that, to test out gear, because it brings me joy. But I also make the time for it because I know I'm prioritizing my skills to get better, or I'm actually at a location where I'll be every single time the same place, but I give myself those challenges like how I've talked to you about today. And I know it's not going to be a more exciting way of how to level up your photography or something so thrilling as to just say, do this and you'll be amazing at photography with more the technical side of things. But in reality, the mentality and physicality of going out to go and create your photos and everything is something that we need to hear more about. I think a lot of the times those gear videos just do well with numbers. So a lot of creators like myself even love to do them because I know it can get more eyes onto my channel. But I love to sprinkle these kind of videos where I can share maybe some wisdom that came to me or that I came up with, or something of the sense of my art in a different form where it doesn't have to be necessarily about, gear related, where I'm gonna say, hey, you know what? If you get this camera and lens combo, your photos are gonna look amazing. They can help, of course, and they can help me out. That's why I like to share that wisdom, but not necessarily does it mean that it's going to be what you need to become a better photographer to level up your skills. So if you're looking for the best gear to get, to be honest, this video is not going to be it. And I am so sorry that, you've made it this far and it wasn't it. But I do appreciate you taking the time to get to this part, because it means you're actually dedicated to want to know how to get better with your craft so that you can level up your photography in a different way that I think will benefit you a lot. That's what I've been doing for myself, and I can see myself progressing every time I decide to take my camera with me, even with the ups and downs of every time going to create, as we can be our worst judges when it comes down to our arts. I still notice the growth every time I pick up my camera because I start seeing things in a different way from spending the time of going out to shoot consistently, regardless of my occupation, time of day, weather, or of anything like that. I make those challenges work for myself to become better. And I hope that this video will inspire you to go up, pick up your camera, your phone, or anything that you have available to you, to go and make the time for it, to level up your photography with this, I guess, secret that will help you become better. Showing up matters. It's a numbers game. Take a lot of photos, enjoy yourself, go out, create, and see that you're gonna progress the more you show up and the more you challenge yourself to overcome it. But with all that said and done, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Share this video with a friend. I'll catch you guys on the next one. See ya.